everyone. Thanks for joining us again today. If this is your first time joining us, then welcome. I am coming to you from Montreal, Quebec. And if you've been following along this whole time, I am also in the moving process. So every time has been a little bit different with the background. So today we're trying out this setup. Thank you again for joining us. Every week in January, every Thursday during this live broadcast, we have been talking about really simple things that all of us can be doing to manage our blood sugar levels, to balance out our blood sugar levels for the long term, but also to increase our energy levels and start feeling good right now. Something that I often hear as a holistic nutritionist is people say things like, oh yeah, I just have to push through my diet so that I can eventually start feeling good. We don't want to do that. We don't want to live like that. We want to actually start feeling good right now. So if you've been following along, then you know all of those little tips. If you ever want to go back, you can always go back and watch all of them. But every week we've been talking about little tiny simple things that you can start doing right now that are going to start balancing your blood sugar levels and getting you feeling really good. So today we are making a salad dressing. I'm a salad dressing fan. Anyone out there also a salad dressing fan? I did this poll on Instagram and a lot of you said you're not really into salad dressing. And I hope that that's because maybe you genuinely don't like the taste of salad dressing, but I find salad dressing gets a bit of a bad reputation out there, and rightfully so, right? When we look at some salad dressings that are out there on a typical grocery store shelf, we see a lot of crappy ingredients. We see things like canola oil and refined vegetable oils, which we're going to be talking about a little bit today and how that impacts our health. But we see a lot of artificial sugars and just things we don't want to be consuming every day for health purposes. So today, I'm going to hopefully redeem what you think about salad dressings. And if you're not having salad dressing because of those crappy ingredients, hopefully I can help change your mind today with this awesome salad dressing that I'm going to make using fresh basil. I will just show you the plant. If you're having a bad day ever, I recommend just taking a smell of a nice fresh herb like basil. Just brightens up your day. So today we're going to be making what I call a basil bliss salad dressing. It's kind of summery, but you know what? Maybe we need a little bit more summertime. And I'm also going to show you what I would be pouring this salad dressing on, which is a salad, but we can use it on a bunch of different things as well too. So I will talk about that. All right, so first and foremost, I think 3 out of the 4 recipes that we've done over the last 4 weeks, I've been using a blender. I'm a big fan of blending things up. If you joined us last week, when you blend an oil, it kind of turns it into a frothy, creamy something or rather. So that's basically what we're doing today. If you don't have a blender, it's no big deal at all. You can kind of just shake it up in a mason jar and call it a day. But today I am going to be blending up my salad dressing in a magic bullet. So I have a lot of things on the table here just to kind of show you different options. But literally this recipe has 5 ingredients. That's it. So easy peasy, anyone can do it. And we are going to get started. So first and foremost, I am using a good quality extra virgin olive oil. It's really important that when we are making our own salad dressing, we don't want to be using refined oils. So refined oils are typically known as vegetable oils or canola oil. You might see that being used often. But with these oils, because of their processing, what happens when they get processed is that they actually become rancid. So when something becomes rancid, we likely don't want that thing inside of our bodies, right? So what I recommend is using a good cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, because that way the cold pressed process has actually preserved the nutrients and the antioxidants and all the good stuff that we get from oil. So I'm not doing any measurements today, but this is going to be about 1/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Other oils that I recommend would be avocado oil. Grapeseed oil is a good low-cost alternative to healthy oils. So if that's another one you can look out for. But I would not recommend using any types of vegetable oils. We really want to start avoiding that in our day-to-day diets. The next thing I'm going to add is, I think I put in the ingredient list that we are using lemons, so it's totally up to you. I'm kind of on a bit of a lime kick these days, so I'm going to be using a lime. I don't know if maybe that's because I'm manifesting that it's going to be summertime soon. Lime seems like a very summertime kind of thing, but lemon works as well too. So whatever you have, if you don't have either of those, a lot of people like to use like a good balsamic vinegar or apple cider vinegar. In this case, because we're adding the basil, I really recommend that you use a lemon or lime just because it kind of goes better with the basil. So I am squeezing in half of a lime or lemon. And again, with your salad dressings, you can be creative. If you don't have a lemon or a lime as your acid base, you can use a vinegar of some sort. You just want to avoid using white vinegar just because there's not a lot of nutrients in white vinegar, but an apple cider vinegar or any other type of red wine vinegar that you have at home, that works as well. Really trying to get all the juices out of this lemon. I really, really like the taste of sour. So for me, I'm putting in the whole half of a lime. You can use less if that's your preference. Something we talked about last week about preferences is that we really want to pay attention to what tastes good for us. I think we often miss that in the nutrition world. A lot of people are looking to see, oh, what's healthy? What does Google say is healthy today? If something doesn't taste good for you, you should not be eating it. That's my nutritionist recommendation for everyone watching today. The next thing I'm going to use is a little bit of pink salt. If you have sea salt at home, that works as well too. And again, it's a taste preference thing. I like sour and salty, so I'm going to be crackling a little bit more into this. But you can use a little bit less. We want to avoid using regular table salt or the typical Windsor salt brand that you see in the grocery stores, because those types of salts actually don't have a lot of nutrients to them. When we use a pink salt or something that comes from the actual earth, it has a whole array of different minerals, and those minerals are actually helping with our blood sugar and a whole bunch of other functions in the body. So we really want to stick to a good, solid pink salt or a sea salt. And then we are going to add a garlic. I've already taken my garlic out of my little garlic holder, and it's right here. Because my magic bullet isn't the most powerful thing out there, I'm just gonna chop my garlic up a little bit just to kind of help it out. But if you have a really good high-powered blender, then you don't really need to chop anything. Just throw it in and call it a day. So in here so far, we have our extra virgin olive oil. So we don't want to be using any refined oils in our salad dressing. We have a bit of lime juice. I'm using lime today. You can use lemon, whatever works for you. I have a whole clove of garlic. If you are not a garlic fan, that's totally fine. You can use half, you can use no garlic, whatever works for you. And I have a pinch of pink salt. We are not using any regular table salt today because there isn't a whole lot of nutrients added to those, whereas with a pink salt, we're getting that blend of minerals. So that's our base of ingredients. My favorite part, and again, if you're having a bad day today, go out and get yourself a basil plant and just breathe in the leaves. It just honestly gets blood flowing and just makes you feel happy, in my opinion anyways. So basically with the fresh herbs, and if you don't have basil, you can play around with some other herbs as well too. Mint leaves might work well. Rosemary might be a good option as well too. Again, today we're using fresh basil. Dried basil works as well too, but it's just going to be a little bit less tasteful, I guess. You're not going to feel the flavor as much as the fresh thing. So basically, I'm just going to throw it in. I like it to be really, really basil-y. So I am going to add in a bunch. And basically, we're just going to shake it up a little bit and blend it up. Something that I didn't mention is a lot of people avoid using oil or any fats in their dressing because, again, that's something that's kind of been given a bad reputation over time. But ultimately, if we want our blood sugar to be balanced out for the long term, we do need a little bit of healthy fats. And I say healthy fats because we want to avoid those fats that have been heavily processed like canola oil. But a little bit of extra virgin olive oil is actually helping to balance our blood sugar for the long term because oils and fats actually don't break down into sugar. So it's really, really helpful for our blood sugar balance. So I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit. I didn't test my blender beforehand, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it actually works for us. So we're just gonna blend it for about 30 seconds. I see somebody wrote, this is making me hungry. This is kind of an unorthodox breakfast food. So if it's breakfast time where you are in the world, I apologize, but I honestly have no rules when it comes to eating food. Sometimes I do eat a salad for breakfast. As long as it's a balanced meal, then it works. Okay, so it's all blended. I actually forgot to bring a little cup to pour it in to show you guys, but as you can see, it's super neon green. And you can't smell this, but if you are making this along with us, it just smells so good. So what we are going to do, basically, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to actually pour it on my salad right now and actually show you how I'm going to build my salad to make it more of a balanced meal. So if you've been following along over the last 3 weeks, we have been talking about blood sugar balance. So what that means is having foods that are more balanced all around. So we want to add those proteins in, we want to add healthy fats in, and we want to get lots of fiber in to balance our blood sugar for the long term. So what we want to do, if you're eating your salad as a meal, you want to really load it up with all 3 of those components to really make it balanced and actually make you feel full. So if you're eating a meal and your meal happens to be a salad, you want it to actually be satiating. So I get this question all the time in my practice. What do you put in your salad? Literally whatever tastes good for you. I had a little bit of a spill there. I am going to add my favorite dressing. Again, you can play around with your dressing however works for you. I like my dressing to really be mixed in there because when we're using a good quality salad dressing, then why not, right? Drench it all in. I am going to add a little bit of parsley because I really like the taste of parsley. If that's not your jam, then don't worry about it. I have some chopped tomatoes here. I'm gonna throw those on. I have some cucumber that I'm gonna chop into it. I don't know if anyone out there is a radish fan, but saw these radishes at the grocery store and thought I would pick those up as well too. And I'm gonna add probably about half of an avocado to my salad, even though we do have our healthy fats already because we used an extra virgin olive oil in our dressing. So there's our healthy fat. So, pop quiz for you guys. Out of everything that I just added so far, what's missing from our salad? We got our fiber. We have tons of fiber because it's all in here. It's the salad base. We have our healthy fats because we're using a good olive oil, and I'm gonna add a little bit more because I really like avocados. So I'm gonna add those two as my healthy fat. If you've been following along the last 4 weeks, the third thing that we really, really want to pay attention to for our blood sugar is adding a protein source. So what I would be adding to this would be chicken, grass-fed beef, a little bit of salmon, or if you are plant-based or vegan, a really, really high protein option would be pumpkin seeds. So we talked about those, I think, in the second week, but pumpkin seeds, you can just get them raw and unshelled at most grocery stores and health food stores. So sprinkle a little bit of that on here, and that way you have a complete meal. Again, if you're eating something that's a meal, you want it to have all of the components. So there we have it. We have our salad dressing, we have our salad, we have our meal, and that is basically it. If you were following along with today's recipe, I hope you enjoy eating this. It is so, so good. If you want more salad dressing ideas, I have tons on my blog. It's healthybymarjan.com. And for today's episode, we have something so exciting for all of you. Today we are doing a special giveaway. As a blood sugar managing expert, I work one-on-one with clients over video call from all over the world. And today you are going to have the chance to work with me one-on-one. So if all of these sessions were something that were intriguing to you and something that you want to work on more on an individual basis, then that's what I'm here for. And you can reach out to me anytime on Instagram or on my blog. But for today, if you have Instagram, please follow along with Greenwin on Instagram. It's on the bottom of your page there. And please follow along with me as well. And go to their latest post where they have all of the giveaway details. All you have to do is like and comment on the post and share with a friend. You can tag a friend in the comments and maybe share it on your Instagram stories as well too for an added bonus entry. But I hope all of you enjoyed all 4 of those. Again, if you ever want to go back and check them out, they're on Greenwin's site, so you can go and do that anytime. And please reach out to me with any questions, and please enter the giveaway. I would love to work with one of you guys one-on-one. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.